welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how I went from eating 1,500 calories to 2,800 calories. I get asked this a lot recently, especially recently, but also people want to know about how I reverse dieted, how I came out of when I was losing weight, how I switched to maintenance, how I increased my calories, did I reverse diet, all of that stuff. I get asked it a lot, especially as I uploaded my last what I eat in a day video recently, where I told you guys I'm actually currently on 2,800 calories and was like, whoa, because it is like 1,000 calories more than what I was eating before. So I want to talk about it. Thought I would do a video and just talk to you guys about it. It's Christmas time now. You see my Christmas tree, my Christmas decorations. If you haven't already, watched my last video, my what I eat in a day vlog, where I put them up, but you guys didn't see that. So yeah, and the little Merry Christmas sign. And I've also got this cute little festive candle here because, you know, my coffee. So, you know, I always start my videos with a coffee. And guys, I know it's very obvious, I dyed my hair brown. I did video it for my members, for my Nandinos. If you would like to become a Nandino, the link is in the description, or you can click the join button and you'll become a Nandino. Or you don't have to become a Nandino, you can become a Jelly Tot or a Vimpto. Speaking of my members, I just wanted to give a massive shout out to every single person that has joined my memberships and has become a member. I appreciate you guys so much, whether you're a Jelly Tot, a Vimpto or a Nandino. If you would like to become a Jelly Tot, Vimpto or Nandino, there is various perks, including Nandinos get a video every now and again from me, and you can also get your name put on the screen. You can see videos early before everyone else, so it's pretty cool. Feel free to join. You don't have to join if you don't want to. I appreciate every single person that is a subscriber, every single person that likes my videos, that comments, that even just watches. I appreciate you guys so much. Even the silent watchers that don't comment ever. If you're watching this video now and you don't really ever comment, just leave me down below a Christmas tree, just so I know you're here. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys. So before I talk about anything, I just wanted to put a massive disclaimer out here. I'm literally saying about how I have increased my calories and why and what's working for me and stuff, and I'm not telling anyone that this will work for you or that you should do this or anything. I'm not advising anyone on anything, so that don't take my video as, okay, well, I'm doing this, so I need to copy. Don't, please. I'm not saying that. This is my experience, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm telling you guys that this is the way you should do it and that this works for everyone, because it might not. Okay, so it's just for me and just for your information, just so I'm being as transparent as possible to you guys. If you don't know me or anything, my name is Louise and I started my weight loss journey at 269 pounds, and that was in January of 2020, and I started counting my calories and all of that stuff. If you want any of that information on how I lost weight or what I ate and all of this stuff, I've got loads and loads of videos on here. So I started at 269 pounds. When I first started, I downloaded MyFitnessPal, and that gave me put in all my information, it gave me a calorie goal of 1,800. Of course, now I know better. I wish I didn't start on 1,800. I could have probably lost weight on 2,000, 2,100, 2,000, even 200. I feel like I would have lost weight on that. I feel like 1,800 calories for my size, how much I was eating. I think, obviously I didn't track my calories when I was bigger, but from what I understand now and thinking back on how much I ate, I'm pretty sure I ate over 3,000 calories a day. I feel like it obviously varied. I feel like it was at least 2,500 to 3,000, 3,500 on some days. So I could have definitely lost weight on a lot more calories, especially as my first week I lost 9 pounds, and then on my second, obviously a lot of that would have been water weight as well, and then on my second week I lost 4 pounds, and I lost 4 pounds for a couple of weeks until I eventually went down to 3 pounds and then 2 pounds. So I think I could have started on a lot more calories, but it's done, you know what I mean? Like, I can't change it now. I started on 1,800 calories, and then after about 5 to 6 months, I noticed my weight loss was slowing down. And by slowing down, I mean I was losing a pound, and then 1 week I would maintain, and then the next week I would lose a pound, and then I would maintain, and that is completely fine. Like, slow weight loss is good weight loss, because obviously the slower you lose the weight, the more maintainable it is. You can like sustain it, you're not as hungry. The slower you lose the weight, the more likely you are to keep it off. But at the time, I was so used to seeing like 2 pounds a week that I was like, okay, I'm starting to hit closer to my maintenance, and I thought, okay, before I end up hitting a plateau, I want to switch it up. So I moved a bit more. I made sure I was getting my steps up, and then I also decreased my calories to 1,500. So when I say I went to 1,500 calories, I didn't start off with 1,500 calories. I got to a point where I went down to 1,500 calories. So obviously that picked up my weight loss, and then I started losing 2 pounds a week again. But I only went on to 1,500 calories for, I think, max 2 months, because not long after that I started weight training. And once I started weight training, my appetite went crazy. Like, I was proper hungry, and I just couldn't physically eat 1,500 calories anymore. I was really hungry. And then I also noticed I was dropping weight. First week I was weightlifting, I didn't lose any weight. And then like the weeks following that, my weight just would drop really a lot, and I was very, very hungry, because then obviously my activity increased. I was trying to build muscle, so my body just needed more energy. I went back up to 1,800, so I was only on 1,500 calories for a very short period of time. A month, 2 months max, I think. When I started weightlifting and I was getting extra hungry, my weight loss started speeding up a bit more. I remember I was hitting 3 pounds. I was like, okay, I need to go back to 1,800 calories, and then I was losing 1 to 2 pounds a week. So I actually stayed on 1,800 calories all the way until basically like January of this year, where I decided, okay, it's time to maintain. I lost my 120 pounds. I lost 100 pounds, and then I was losing like the last few pounds, and I think by the end of January, beginning of February, I'd hit like 120 pound weight loss, and I was like, okay, I need to maintain now. So instead of reverse dieting, which with reverse dieting, from what I understand and what I've seen people talk about, is they add like 50 calories every week or every other week. I watched a video of Greg Doucette, and he was saying that you can't really track, which is true, you can't really track accurately 50 calories. So how do you know you're adding 50 calories a day? You'll be off half the time when you're tracking your calories by 50 calories or 100 calories. So you can't track it. So what you can do is like just eat a little bit more to where you're satiated, and just gradually increase that until you hit like your maintenance, like until you see your weight is staying steady. So I gave myself a range. That's what I did. So I gave myself a range from 1,800 to 2,000 calories. I spoke about this in other videos as well, but I gave myself a range between 1,800 to 2,000 calories, and I would eat low calorie, high volume food, and I would basically just listen to my hunger cues. So if I got to 1,800 calories and I was like, I really don't feel like eating anymore, then I would have kept it at that. And then the next day I might have actually been really, really hungry, and then I would have eaten up to 2,000 calories. So that's kind of how I was doing it. And then I noticed I was still kind of dropping weight. So eventually I went to 2,000 calories. I had set that as my minimum, and then I did 2,000 to 2,300, which this is after a few months. When I went to 2,000 to 2,300, I noticed my weight increased, but I think that at first that was scary, because I was like, oh my days, like my weight is going up, am I going to gain the weight, is this too much calories? But then what I noticed is after a couple of weeks it evened out. So I gained like a couple of pounds, and then it stayed at that, like it didn't carry on going up. And it does make sense to me now I think of it. Obviously you're eating more carbohydrates, you're eating more food, so your body is just going to hold more water because of the carbs. It's going to just like be a little bit heavier because you're holding more food, and then also like your glycogen stores fill back up because you're no longer in a deficit, so you're going to weigh a little bit heavier, which is fine. So for anyone that is like worried about increasing your calories, if you see a little gain on the scale, I wouldn't be too worried, because just give it time and see if it just evens out, because that's what happened to me anyway. I noticed I was still dropping a bit of body fat, so I increased my calories, and I was still quite hungry, so I increased my range from 2,000 to 2,300 to 2,000 to 2,500 calories. And then yeah, so with more weightlifting and stuff, I was eating closer to the 2,500, but then other days I would eat just 2,000 calories. So it kind of averaged out to 2,300 calories, which I was maintaining on. I maintained that for quite a long time, so 2,300 I'm pretty sure was my maintenance. But then I've started this new program with Pete, my personal trainer. I will link his Instagram down below if you want to check him out, or if you want to hire him for online coaching or whatever, I will put him down there. We started a new weight training program. I'm trying to build muscle. I am lifting a lot heavier, and I need to train, like I'm training a lot harder. I'm training 6 days a week. I do cardio, I get my steps in, I'm a lot more active. So yeah, and I'm also trying to build muscle. So to build muscle, you could build muscle when you're in a deficit if you've got body fat, which is what I was doing when I was losing weight. But by more recently, I did get very lean, and I didn't really have much body fat to pull from, if that makes sense. So I was finding it very hard to build a lot of muscle. So even though I was kind of building muscle, to be fair, I feel like I built quite a bit of muscle, but I want to be able to train as hard as I can and have more energy. So we went to 2,500 calories, and when I increased to 2,500 calories, like no lower than that, I literally stuck. I don't have a range, I just try and hit my 2,500 calories. So I noticed when I first increased to 2,500, the scale went up a little bit. I think it was like a pound or whatever, and then it eventually like evened out. And then over the course of, I think it's been like 8 weeks, I gained 2 to 3 pounds, but over the course of 8 weeks it was very gradually, and I noticed my body fat was staying relatively the same. I only got like a little bit of body fat extra, which is fine. So I know I'm gaining a little bit of muscle. I can see visually I've gained muscle, and I know fat gain's going to come from it. Plus I was pretty lean anyway, so I'm not too worried about gaining any body fat. After a few weeks of being on 2,500, I've noticed that I've been a lot more hungry, and I was ending up eating over 2,500 calories, and this is with eating high volume, low calorie foods. So I know that my body needed more. So I spoke with my coach, and I was like, listen, I feel like I was looking in the mirror, and I noticed I was getting leaner again. Like my body was, I feel like my metabolism has sped up. I'm more active. Maybe building more muscle has helped me burn like more calories throughout the day, which muscle does. It's more metabolically active. So I said to him, I think that my maintenance has gone from 2,300 to 2,500. Like I'm pretty sure, because yeah, I'm feeling extra hungry. So we decided to increase the calories to 2,800. That has been within this last week or so. I am up again on the scale a little bit by like a pound or so, which I expect. I'm eating more food, I'm going to weigh a bit more. I feel like I've gained a little bit more body fat, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. Obviously I don't want to just like gain, like my goal isn't to bulk and get like really fat. That's not my goal. Is to like gradually increase my calories, so I've got enough energy to train in the gym, so my body's got enough energy to build muscle. Yeah, so I am actually in a slight surplus. I do not think that my maintenance calories is 2,800. I know that that is a surplus, so I just want to put it out there. I'm not claiming that I've been able to increase my calories to 2,800 calories at maintenance. This is a bulk for me, so I'm going to be gaining a bit of body fat, and hopefully the goal is a bit of muscle, but I'm not trying to gain too much body fat. If I notice that I'm gaining so much weight and I can see myself in the mirror and I'm gaining loads of body fat, then I will reduce the calories a bit more. Yeah, that's just how I've done it, and that's why I'm doing it, is to build muscle, a slight surplus. Just because of how lean I did actually get pretty lean. I'm pretty lean everywhere apart from my hips and like the back of my thighs. That's where I store my fat, which is normal for females, especially when you've lost weight and stuff. Greg Doucette actually had me at 22% body fat. I spoke with him, and he told me about 22% body fat, and I think optimally for women to build muscle and stuff and for health is like 25%. So I'm personally not worried about gaining a little bit of body fat, especially as I've only got 4 more weeks left, and then I am going to be going in a deficit and losing fat for my show in April. So I'm not too concerned, but that is how I have gradually increased my calories. I've gradually increased it, and each time I've increased it, I've noticed that the scale has gone up a little bit, but then it steadies out. I'm not gaining crazy amounts of fat. It's just a little slight bit, like I have noticed a little bit of fat gain, but I've also noticed muscle gain. I'm a lot stronger. I have so much more energy to train. And I've also noticed when I've got more energy, I'm moving more, my NEAT is increased. I'm able to lift heavier, I'm building muscle, so my body kind of uses that extra energy anyway. So I'm not too concerned about gaining too much body fat, but obviously I'm gonna like be very visual. Like I'm gonna look in the mirror. If I'm gaining too much weight, then I will decrease the calories a little bit. That is my plan, to get jacked, to build as much muscle as possible. I worked very recently on building my shoulders. I do want to do some progress pictures and see how much I've been able to gain, but I have been working on my shoulders. That's where I've been working, and now from the beginning of this week I'm working on my lower body. So sick, mate. Excited. I know a lot of you was curious. I haven't necessarily reverse dieted, but I did kind of, because I increased my calories, but I gave myself a range and I tried to listen to my hunger cues, because your body burns calories differently throughout the day. And one day you might be doing more and you burn a lot more energy, and then another day you might be a lot more tired, maybe didn't have enough sleep or whatever, and you don't burn as much calories. So some days you'll need more calories than others. So that's why I gave myself a range, and I felt like that gave me a bit more freedom to kind of play around with my calories. Maybe one day I could go out and eat a little bit more, the next day I didn't have to eat as much. That's kind of how it worked for me anyway. So yeah, that's just, I wanted to share that with you guys. I've been getting a lot of messages, a lot of questions, and a lot of people were like shocked because 2,800 calories, that is a lot of calories, but that is definitely not my maintenance, and 1,500 calories was my very, very lowest. I really could have just stayed at 1,800 at that point, and it was a very short amount of time that I stayed on 1,500 calories. So yeah, sounds shocking, but yeah, and this has been in the course of over nearly 2 years now. Just want to put that out there as well. It's been nearly 2 years since I started my journey. Crazy, pretty cool, and I'm very proud of myself for losing the weight and building muscle. And yeah, so that's it. That's it. I hope you guys found that interesting and helpful in some way or whatever. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you leave a like. Comment down below a Christmas tree, because we've got Christmas trees now. That don't make sense. Comment down below a Christmas tree because it's officially Christmas. Have you guys got your Christmas tree up? Let me know. Let me know what your colour theme is on your Christmas tree. Do you have colourful lights? Do you have gold lights, white lights? I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.